Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. Okay, time to paint, huh? Let's see. Okay, welcome. My name is Luba Carlson, and I am the host of Paint with Luba, obviously, since I am Luba Carlson. Okay, let's see who's here. Say hello. Let me know you're here. We're gonna chit chat for about 5, maybe 10 minutes, just kind of let people see that we're live, that the lesson's gonna take place here. That's where everybody's coming. Virginia and Linda, hello. Good to see you, ladies. Good to have you here. We're painting hydrangeas tonight, and this is a perfect painting for any beginner. Like, you cannot mess this up. Like, it's impossible to mess up. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Oh, Linda, thank you. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit for everybody to hop on, because once I start the instructions, I know that people are gonna start asking me, so what did you do here? What did you do here? Right? So we're just gonna wait a little bit, get everybody on. Also gives me a second to remove some junk off of my table that I forgot to remove. I was gonna move it and I forgot. Okay, people that are here. So my hydrangeas are kind of in the green. This was my inspiration. I live in Omaha, Nebraska, and we have a lot. Like, where I live in this area, there's a lot and a lot of these hydrangeas that start off as green balls, and then they turn white, and then they turn like brownish, and then one of my neighbors has one that started green, and then it went white, and then the balls turned into like cone shaped flowers, like bunches, and now they're like baby pink. I have no idea what's going on there, but it's gorgeous. So I was wondering if you guys were planning to paint some other colors, maybe use some other colors. So let me know. I would love to know what you're thinking. If you're just gonna follow step by step, or you might want to try and use your own colors. Color combination. That would be a lot of fun too. Okay. Also, let me know if this is your first time painting with me, and or if you're maybe regular, or maybe you've been painted with me before. Okay, I see somebody saying blue and purple. Love it. Somebody says my first time. And when I say somebody, it's not because I'm ignoring you, but because I'm streaming through StreamYard. It allows me to use two cameras. So I have my desk view, right, and my front view. And StreamYard will not show me your name unless you granted permission to do so. And what I see here, I'm just gonna pick one of you. This is what it shows me, right? But like, let me see. Linda granted permission, and so when Linda comments, that's what it shows here, right? Okay. First timers, fantastic. Somebody's just watching because paints are still in storage. Oh, that is so sad. I know it. We just moved in February, and I had to put my paints in storage for 3 months, almost 4 months. Oh my goodness, that was tough. That was so tough. Okay, somebody could not find the paint list. You know what? Let's do this. We can do this right now if you just give me 1 second, because I need to be on the other screen to be able to show you. Close that. Hold on. I gotcha. Here, we're gonna move a couple of things. I'm just gonna, for everybody, that this is good for everybody's benefit, quite honestly, because usually people are new when they're painting for the first time with me. You guys have no idea, right? You don't know what this group is like. You don't know what to look for, where things are. Hold on, I'm just opening it on the other screen, and now I'm gonna do a screen share real quick so that okay, here we are, Paint with Luba group. So first thing you need to know is all the announcements are in featured posts over here. What I forgot to do though tonight is to put this into the featured. So I'm just gonna put it up there so it will show up on the top for everybody also, easy to find. All supplies, if we need tracers, all the lessons. See over here it says guides. See this? Just click on that and it will take you to all the guides. I think I have 58 right now. 58. It's 58. Okay. 58 different paintings. So here's Hydrangeas with the list of supplies. Here's the floral flow, the palm trees that we just painted, the rainbow butterfly, watercolor flowers. And if you go all the way down, pretty far away, because that would be last year, there's sunflowers and mixed media. Like there's a whole lot of interesting things. And all the way down there, you will find fall and Christmas from last year. And we're getting into fall and Christmas this year. So there's going to be a lot more lessons that you can just pull up, you know, like let's say, oh, what's watercolor doodles? I want to take this class. So I just click on this guide and here's it's open and it says, here's the reference. Here's the replay link. You can just watch it. There's another reference. There's a supply list for it. So everything you need is in guides. Okay. So I hope this helps. Let me know if this helps. Okay. Hi, Leanne. All right, now I'm gonna close. Yes, I'm gonna close that. Here we are. Okay, so now that everybody knows where things are, we can start, right? Excited, huh? Now, if you were wondering about this painting in general and supplies and all of that, you know what? I forgot to pull out my reference, Hydrangeas, and my book. Here they are. This one is super easy and super relaxing. All you need is a flat brush. Make sure it's, you know, fairly large, more than half an inch wide. It would work. Mine is an inch wide, but this would work. And you just need a small filbert. That's all we need for this painting. And as for your painting surface, I recommend using something super sturdy. So I'm painting on acrylic paper. I'm using this brand. I got it from Walmart. It's not expensive at all. It's 24 sheets. So like, you know, it doesn't come cheaper than that, I think. You can, of course, paint on your canvas or wood. If you're painting on wood, make sure to prime it before painting. And if you're painting on canvas, if you have like a small spray bottle or maybe something like that. Mist some water on it, use your large brush, spread your water over your canvas, let your canvas wake up a little bit. Hi Marty, welcome. So for this painting, if we look at this, and let me change the view to just the disc. Okay, lots of greens. All of this is green. Green here, green there, green in the background. Green is the color that is made up from yellow and blue. And to achieve all these contrasting shades and tints and all of this, we are using phthalo blue. Oh, upside down. Okay, phthalo blue, cerulean blue or sky blue, depends on the brand where you get it. Lemon yellow, primary yellow. Whoa, okay, that works. White. And white, that's it. Okay, that's all we're going to need today. All right, so with this painting, we're going to be putting a lot of layers on top of each other. So I'll just need you to try and be mindful to use a light flicks, light motions on your brush. Don't go super heavy on your brush, just light motions. Okay, and I'm gonna put this up in front of me. Okay, now you can paint this either landscape or portrait. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like, it all works good. Okay, and we don't even need to pre-mix anything. We can just use it straight from the palette. Okay, I'm ready to start. Let me know, are you guys ready? And also, before we start, before your hands get all busy with paint and brushes, send me a couple of these, please. Because if we do this, when you guys do this, what Facebook does, it's like, oh, okay, that's good stuff. I'll let more members of this group know that something good is happening there. And so then more people can come and paint with us and enjoy it. Like even if you joined the group specifically for this event, it doesn't mean that Facebook would let you know. Sometimes it would, and sometimes it will not. Okay. Good evening, Facebook user. I'm just joking when I say that. I'm just sad that I can't see your face, and I'm trying to keep all the other tabs closed to save on not traffic, what's it called? You know what I mean. The internet thing. Okay, so I have my brush. I put it in clean water, squeeze the water out. Now remember that I'm painting on paper, so I do not want too much water on it, but it's pretty heavy paper, so it'll be fine. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of water on my paper just to help with everything moving. Just go back and forth, just spread it a little bit. It's all good. Now we're gonna start with a little bit. We're gonna grab some lemon yellow on the brush, fill it pretty good, and paint a few X's here and there. Just like that. Just move your brush around. Move super fast. That's all. That's what I want from you. Move super fast and paint some X's that are not super good. They just X's. Then use the same brush grab some of the warm yellow, okay, and use the same motion, kind of crisscross, fill in the space. Not all of it, just leave some white, yeah, but fill it up. Same, using the same messy brush, grab some of your cerulean blue or sky blue, depending on what you have, what brand you use, and just start adding it on top of yellow, any yellow, and start working it in around, and you will see that it starts mixing together with that yellow, and it starts creating the green that we want. Okay, my green's a little bit bluer than I like, so I'm gonna grab some more yellow, lemon yellow, and just add. And this goes only on the top half. Okay, it is a flat brush, 1-inch flat brush. And then I'm gonna grab, not a lot, just a bit of phthalo blue, and just start adding on the bottom. And maybe some more yellow to this. Warm yellow, cool yellow. And warm yellow is that primary yellow. Just keep using your same kind of messy stroke. Maybe grab a little bit more blue. A little bit more phthalo blue, and we're gonna make like a darker area over here on the bottom right corner, and the lighter the top left part over here. So we're just gonna add a little bit more of phthalo blue to this bottom part, and just work it in until it gets to the shade that we like. Just keep moving it. This is the background for our flowers. Somebody's asking me, you don't wash or rinse brush between colors. I need to start showing you comments so that everybody sees what I'm talking about. So I am trying not to rinse my brush between colors unless it's gonna make a big mess. So if I'm working with the colors from the same group, if it's going like greens and blues, chances are I will not rinse the brush. But if I have a green brush and then I need red color, if I don't rinse the brush, it's all gonna turn muddy, muddy brown. So in that case, I need to rinse the brush. So I try to not add a lot of water to my painting. It dilutes the pigment, and quite honestly, craft quality paints do not have that much pigment in them. To start with, they're not fantastic. I mean, they're okay, right? But they're not fantastic. Okay, I want to add a little bit of darkness right here. So I'm just going to grab some phthalo blue just to make some dimension. A little bit of yellow to this. Maybe a little bit of warm yellow to this. Yeah. Okay, so as you see, we ended up with like a darker area right here in the bottom left corner, darker area, a little bit up higher, but still in the bottom right, on the bottom right side, kind of, right? If your color is too blue, wipe off your brush on the paper towel, grab some yellow, and just add yellow. It's usually about like 3 parts of yellow to 1 part of blue. That's why we started with putting a whole lot of yellow on the bottom. Donna, let me know if that helps. Okay? Okay, so at this point, I am rinsing this brush because this brush is done. It's done. So just rinse it very well. Wipe it off and you paper towel, get the water out, and it will also show you if the brush is clean. Mine is not. Needs more. Sorry that the table is shaking. It's because I'm pounding my brush in the water, rinsing it. Ah, still much yellow. Wow, there's a lot of yellow. I really don't like leaving my brushes in the water. I do that once in a while, and then I have to buy new brushes. So I try not to do that. So rinse, wipe on the paper towel both sides, use your fingers, shape it back, and lay it flat to dry or put it back in your cup, whatever it is you do. Okay, now the fun part. So the next part is going to be very probably tedious in a way, okay? But it is doable and it's fun. So first, before we do that, we're going to grab some of this phthalo blue and we're going to bring it right here into this yellow. And we're going to start putting yellow together with this phthalo blue and mixing and adding more yellow until it turns and becomes some sort of green, kind of. I need a darker green, so I think I'm gonna add more phthalo blue to this. We want to have, so the way I paint hydrangeas is I do probably about 5 different layers, and I start with the bottom layer as the darkest, and then I start lightening things up a little bit and mixing up shades and tints. We want this as dark as we can get it. Super dark green. Even if it's gonna be like bluish green, I'm fine with that because it all goes in the background and most of this color is gonna get covered anyway. But we need it for the depth and for perception so that we can see that that's a 3D flower. It's not just a flat circle. Okay, so once you get your dark color, I want you to decide where in your painting your hydrangea flowers are going to be. Okay, So mine, I have one right here, one right here, and one over here. I'm gonna use this brush with this green paint that we just did, and I'm just gonna outline like a circle, just dots. I just put dots. That's gonna be my outline for my hydrangea. It does not need to be a geometrically correct circle. Just do your outline for your kind of for your memory mostly, so that you remember that this is where your flower stops. Okay, and since I have like this partial flower, I want to make this flower full circle so that I can see it. Here, let me turn this up a little bit so you can see on the wet paint when it, so you can see where my circle is. Yeah. If you feel, if it would make you feel better and you want to just trace something round like a lid or a plate or a cup, go do that. Whatever works. Okay? And so our next step is going to be painting gazillions of little flowers with this brush. And I'm going to show you on the plate because it's on white the stroke we're going to be using. It is super easy. You're going to put your brush on the side. So this is a small filbert on the side, and we're going to do 4 different petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have a flower. And if you want to refill, grab more paint, and then you're going to go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can turn and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you feel like you want to add some more to it, you can kind of add like a little of a swoosh to it to change it. And you will notice that at first, all your little flowers, they're all gonna look, about this, like perfect, same petals, all symmetrical. But you're gonna work into it, and then you're gonna start making them much faster and just turning your brush to wherever the paint is. And then this is how you're gonna get the variation on your flower. So I'm just gonna grab my paint, and depending on the mood, sometimes I like to start in the middle, sometimes I'd like to start on the outside. So today I'll start on the outside, and I'm just gonna add 4 petal flowers to all the dots that are out here, kind of outlining my hydrangea. Just outline, kind of trace, and sometimes your hand will skip the beat and you will only paint 3 petals or just 2 petals, and that's fine too. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay? We like this kind of paintings because it's not perfect. And so now you're just gonna fill in the space, all the space. And I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna do this for this flower, for this ball of flowers or a cluster, right? And then we're gonna do that for the next cluster and the next cluster. I'm leaving probably about, let's say, less than a 1/4 inch in between the flowers. I am trying to put them close enough to each other, but I do not want them to be on top of each other. Here, let me finish this one, and I'll bring this up because glare, it's hard to see. See, you're just filling it in. And you kind of hardly even see them, right? Because they're pretty much the same color as the background, which is exactly what we wanted. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and once in a while go 1, 2, 3, and then go again 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if it helps to just like get in the rhythm, just go, 4, 5 times 4 petal, and then 1 time 3 petal. It's very like once you get into it, this is super relaxing because very little skill is involved into making these little flowers. So your brain can rest while you're doing this. Turn on some pleasant music and just get to it. Just keep doing it. Ooh, oh, I feel awful. Somebody told me that they were doing the violet blue. Okay, so you also start with your darkest tone. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot about that for a sec. Okay, so my first one is good. Now I'm gonna grab my second. I'm gonna mix more paint. Just bring it all together. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. And this one shows much better because the background is a little bit lighter on this side. So I can see my flowers a little bit better. Okay. So here we go. It's just like that. I love painting hydrangeas for many, many, many reasons, but also I think it was my first ever painting. I went to Painting with a Twist and they had this hydrangeas in a glass jar or something like that. And I think that was the thing that got me hooked with painting. I was just, oh my goodness, I can paint. I just love that. Yes, I haven't always been a painter. I started to paint, I think, I was, oh my gosh, 40? I think I was 40. Somebody says, sorry, but watching paint each little flower takes so long. Yes, this is how you paint. This is how you paint hydrangeas. It does take time, but as they say, all good things take time. Yeah. Also, you know what? I'm a real person, you know. Sometimes I will not have, well, lots of times, I will not have the patience to sit there and watch somebody painting tiny little flowers in a circle. And it does take a long time, and I get it. You know what? I get it. It does take time. So, what I would do would be just watch the replay. I would wait for this to be uploaded to YouTube because, as you know, all videos that I do in the group, I upload to my YouTube channel, and then you can watch it once. You can, so one, you can change the speed of your replay so you can watch it on double speed. Also, you can just fast forward. I do that a lot. When I want to just learn a certain technique, I just go and I look for technique and I go click, click, double speed. Got it. Let's go. I can paint it now. I can do this. There's nothing wrong with that. And believe me that I do not find this offensive in any way. You know, I am I'm a busybody. Like if I cannot just sit there and watch the paint dry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I only started painting a few years ago, and YouTube tutorials were a great help, but I also noticed how hard it was to find anything beginner level. Like everything is usually intermediate, kind of people show things like you need to know a little bit more about painting to comfortably paint some things there. And so I thought, well, I can help with that, right? Can get you started and then you can grow. You can have a place where you can find stuff to start. Linda's asking if the background needs to be dry before we start on the flowers, and I will say no, not at all. Just be careful not to smudge it with your hand, so kind of stay above your painting. Do not put your hand on your painting. There's going to be a lot of wet on wet here because it's going to get a little bit faster with different layers now that we've done. The darkest, like this, like the first layer is the most time consuming. Next layers go faster because they don't cover the whole flower ball cluster shape thing. Thank you for taking time for us. Of course. Of course. Somebody took time for me. Now I'm taking time for you. Okay. Here's what's happening next. Same messy brush, except for if it's like too messy, just wipe it on the paper towel a little bit to just, clean up the mess. Grab a little bit of your lemon yellow and just put it right into that green that you just were using. Mix it. Okay. And just add a few of these just wherever you want. Add, I don't know, if it helps to count maybe 15 to 20 to each cluster. I don't know. I'm not really counting. but I think it might be helpful to know how many to put without getting overwhelmed, right? And I'm gonna move to here. I'm just randomly picking spots. Beautiful green color. It's also pretty dark still, but it adds another layer of flowers for us. Okay, the last one. Two. I'm going to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, somewhere around 15 for this one. 13, maybe 14. Okay, Marty, have a good night. I hope the dog is doing okay. All right. Clean your brush and the paper towel if it's getting messy. Get some more of that lemon green, lemon yellow, sorry, lemon yellow. Good amount. Mix into this green here that we already have. We're kind of lightening up our layers a little bit, right? Okay, so I think for the large ball of flowers, we'll put like 20, 25 in probably. Four, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, some on the outside, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. That's good. Think about the same number here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you see, we're starting to pick up some wet, and it gives us another variation of color, and we love that. It's beautiful. Not waiting for this to dry, not at all. Okay, the last ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this annoying that I'm counting out loud? I hope I'm not annoying you. I know when I just started painting, that was like, I found it helpful for myself because I was like, but how many? But where do exactly I put this? How, like directions like, follow your heart and listen to your intuition doesn't really help when you don't know what you're doing, right? Okay, so we have leftover. We're gonna grab some of the sky blue and just add it right in here. So as you can see, we're just creating different shades of green. Different shades of green. Let's get some more sky blue because I know I'm going to need a little bit more paint for this. I like it. I love this. More lemon yellow. Oh, I love this. Pretty. This is pretty, but let's test. I think this is pretty much the same, all very close in tone. Let's grab some more lemon yellow and add to this. So that it's maybe a couple of shades so that it's visible for us that it's a different color. Yes, now I can see it's a different color. Doing this again. 2025, depending on the size. Stop whenever you feel like maybe you need to stop with them. Like if you feel that, okay, that's too many. The first time you think that's too many, that's when you need to stop. Okay? Because very often your intuition, the one that I just mentioned, right? It will tell you exactly what you need to hear, but we learn not to listen to it over time. We learn not to trust our gut, right? And then when it tells us, hey, you should stop, we think, oh, just a few more. And then you add a few more and you look back and you think, should have stopped, right? I'm sure I'm sure everybody has experiences like this. Just wherever you see an empty spot and you think, oh, this could use a flower, just put it in there. And then kind of step back a little bit and take a look at it from distance and see if it does it really need more of this particular shade? Diana, oh, thank you. I'm glad my teaching style doesn't annoy you. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm liking this very, very much. So now we have this color. Let's grab the brush full of white, put it directly into this green. Let's see, does it get enough? Does it lighten enough? Let's try this. Let's find a spot. No, not enough. Let's grab more white. Put it into this green. Oh, I love this color. This is so pretty. Let's find another spot. How about here? Oh, yes, you can see this is lighter. Going lighter. Finding places to add lighter petals. Lighten this up. Do not forget the edges over here. Do not forget the edges. It's too easy to overlook and then you forget and then it's like what happened there? Like half of a piece of the flower is just gone because we never painted on there. Okay. Mhm. I also noticed that as I go up higher, right, in the layers, I start like add more and more. I tend to add more 3 petal rather than 4 petal. So that's not bad. It just allows your eye look for something interesting in your painting. Just like that. So if you were wondering what to do with your painting once you're done, I would love for you to take a picture of it and post it in the group. Just post it and it will go to me first to pre-approve your post or to approve your post because I have to I have to do that because the group is pretty big, and if I don't do that, people just take advantage of it and start posting stuff that has nothing to do with this. But I would love, love, love to see your work, so please do that. Okay, adding more white, probably a couple of scoops. Couple of scoops, maybe even more. Okay, and I think it would be fun to tint it a little bit, a tiny bit, with phthalo blue. So you just wipe your brush on the paper towel, dip the tip of your brush in phthalo blue. Whoop, 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 here. Just the tip, not much at all, okay? Very, very, very little. And add it to this tint over here. And just mix it very well. You will notice that the tone of your tint is changing. So pretty. Kind of a little bit into some kind of minty tones or avocado maybe, right? Okay, back to adding more flowers. More, more, more. Okay, I picked up some darker paint. I'm gonna clean it off on the paper towel and then go back to my lighter color. So now I'm looking for all the dark spots that I have here, the dark openings, and I'm gonna add, if not on top, then like right next to it. Okay. Okay. And now this one. maybe a bit here and there. Okay, more white, much more white. And I think at this point it's easier to bring green into the white than white into the green. So just pick up some of this green over to the side and start introducing white into it. Until it becomes a light tint. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Super light. See, you can see compare them, right? So as I put them on, they almost look white, but they're not white. They're green. They're white tinted with green. You do not want to overdo this. So definitely less than 15 with the white. Okay. Also, definitely once you put probably maybe 7 or 8 in each cluster, take a step back and take a good look at it and ask yourself, is this enough? Do I need any more? So I'm looking at the one in the top and I can tell you that I need some up here, but over here in the bottom, I don't really need any. It looks okay, right? It looks good to me. So I kind of like it. Maybe here, that kind of is a good spot. Okay, wipe off my brush on the paper towel. Okay, and so this last green tint that we used, we're going to mix it more with white, and this is going to be our last layer of flowers. And if you're asking me, Luba, why not paint exactly white? Well, because just white is a super flat color. And if things are just white, they have no interest to look at. They're not fun to look at. So with this bright, right, very light green, we're gonna put maybe 6 or 7 into the largest cluster. And then the smaller clusters, maybe we'll get 4 or 5 even. You don't need that many of these. They are really your highlight flowers. Let's see. Where do we need the highlight? Look for the dark spot. Step aside. So I'm stepping aside. I'm trying to look at this one, but I'm seeing this here. And I really need a bright spot here. Yep, much better. Step aside. Yeah, step back. Take a look. Ask yourself, is it balanced? Is it where I want it? Is it how I like it? Okay, so once you're here, once we've done with that, we are going to clean out that brush. My goal for today is to teach you the technique, the method, how to do this, and then you can do this by yourself. I'm grabbing my brush, the wrong end of my brush. I'm going to dip it into my primary yellow, and I'm gonna put some centers in. Ooh. Not every flower needs a center. So again, put your center in and kind of look back at it. Okay. Try and use your light hand so that your centers are not too big. If you have a brush that has maybe a smaller tip on the back, maybe use that. Or maybe you have a dotting tool. I don't know. In this day and age, there's so many arts and craft supplies out there, and people do so much that you never know what somebody might have, right? And here we are. Now, if you think that this looks unfinished, it does look unfinished, and you are right. Here's why. Here's what's happening, right? There is empty spaces here, here, and here. You can add small clusters of hydrangeas here, maybe here, like peeking out from behind this one or this one, maybe here. Okay. What I want you to do, like you know the technique now, you know how to do this, right? So I want you to use what you already know. Use what I just showed you and create your own. You think? Yeah, I think it's doable. I am just going to remove my tape because then it looks different. Looks much better without messy tape on it, right? Yeah. Just take that off. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. I would almost leave it like this. I'm now thinking that maybe this ball over here, kind of, you could make it, if we could make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. Again, that's doable. Mix up your paint, make a darker layer, right? Lighter, 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 lighter. You know everything you need. You have all the tools. You have all the tools. All you need is a little bit of time and just keep plugging into it. Yeah. Bringing this up higher a little bit so that you can see where I'm putting my dots for yellow. See, there is not that many. Just a few. Okay. All right. So I am definitely supposed to share this with you because this is how I can keep going, because I need to pay for my stuff, y'all. So if you enjoyed this, if you feel inclined to do so, please buy me a coffee. The joke goes that coffee is what keeps me going, and it is true. I really, really like my coffee, but it also helps me pay for supplies and the website and the StreamYard that I'm using and all of that, so that I can keep putting out these lessons for you guys. I'm trying to teach once a week, and so far, so good, right? Okay. And somebody would like to add leaves, go for it. Yes, do it. It's your painting, it's your art. That's how you will do this. I think, quite honestly, I don't think I ever went to a class that would be open-ended like this, and that they would tell me, okay, now you have everything you need, now you finish this the way you would finish it. You never know what you're gonna see here. Okay, so again, do not forget to take a picture of your painting, put it in the group. I would love to see your work, and I will see you next time. Everything is in the event. Hold on, we have a question. My background looks so unfinished. What can I do? When you say unfinished, what do you mean exactly? I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna hang out. I'll hang out for a second with you guys to answer that question. Blotchy. Okay. So let's see. Let's go over here. I say, I don't like this. Right? Here's what I do. I wait for it to dry, and I grab a smaller brush, not an inch brush. I would probably grab a half an inch brush or something like that. Let me see. Hello, hello. This, or maybe even a smaller filbert. So something like this or that. And since this is dry, I can show you. I don't like this, right? So I would just carefully add lemon yellow right on top of where I am. While it's wet, grab a little bit of blue, work it in, and just work it in, okay? Just to fix that. And that adds a little bit more depth into your background. See the difference? That's the new background. That's the old background. Yeah? So you can see the difference. But definitely wait for your painting to dry completely before doing that, because when you're moving like this, it's too easy to grab onto the wet flour, and then you're going to be dragging the colors in, and you do not want to do that. Okay? And if while you're fixing your background, if you happen to paint over a flower or two, you can always go back and put them in again. Okay, so I hope this helps. All right, see you next time. Bye bye.